When I came back from washing my hands, I actually noticed that there was a hint of haze in the back of this element. And that's something I've noticed, is that when a lens has an oily aperture, it almost seems to be giving off a little bit of haze. A lot of the aperture oil gives off a haze almost. I noticed that in so many aperture lenses with oily apertures. It's not a haze. It's not a haze like a normal fungal haze kind of thing. It's almost like an oily haze. And I swear it's from oily apertures. So anyways, I saw it. It's just, I don't know how it's a rainbowy, you know, that gasoline rainbowy look. It was in the rear element, so I went ahead and cleaned it. I did that when you guys weren't looking. So that's now clean, but yeah, just kind of interesting. I swear it's kind of radiating off of the oil or something, or leaking. I'm not exactly sure. Like, it wasn't like oil on it, on my element. It was more of a sheen. Anyways, we are now ready to reassemble our lens. So we can set that aside. Okay, and then I'll go now. I'm gonna have to explain this really slowly, but so what we're gonna do is we're gonna stack the aperture blades. We're gonna be putting them all pointing clockwise, and we're gonna stack them counterclockwise. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our first blade that we put in, and we're gonna close it a bit, kind of expose it. So like that, and then we're gonna slip this blade underneath it into its hole and then drop it on the last blade. And I put my finger on kind of the lug of the first blade, just so when I push it up, it doesn't come up. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it so it's all set to about 2.5. So just on the rim. Then we're going to take our plate and we're going to have the stud coming up, and we're going to slip it in. Let me see if I can show you. I don't want to dump this, but there's this slot here. It's the lowest slot you can have, and that slides under and then drop, and all the blades should go into their homes. And then I got one that's not going in. You'll notice that they have like a little center piece on the lugs. You can actually stick a screwdriver in there and move your blade. Boom. Now, let's see if it works. Yay! Now what we're gonna do is you're gonna put this ring back on. Again, like I explained. If you don't know how to do this, watch my other video. But you had the arch and then a quick arch, and that's going to be on that side. You're not going to have the ring flipped over like this. You want it on the left hand side with that lug coming up. And again, we got to slip this pin under through its hole, and it's the great big cutaway, the largest cutaway. Okay, so this popped. They pop when you pull it out. Now we need to load it, okay? So let's say if worse comes to worse, here, I'll just throw it way out. Let's pretend it was all the way like that. Whoa, it really popped out. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna wrap this around, and you're gonna have the short link, the short side of this goes onto that screw and just gets held there. You see how that goes? So it's right there. Then you're gonna push this spring back, and it's going to go on this lug right here. And what this does is it puts tension on it, so that Aperture always has tension on it. So hopefully you guys can see that in case yours came off. Okay. Now hopefully it doesn't pop again, right? And we're going to put this back in. And of course, so like I said before, this lug rests on that arch piece, and that's what, when this rotates, it's gonna push this lever. This lever is what's keeping the tension, so they ride together on each other. And then So now it's in, it's probably gonna go back because it's spring loaded, and all you do is you can stick your screwdriver in here, or actually it will push on the side, and it's gonna open that up, and now boom, it drops down. And you can rotate it just to make sure everything's tickety-boo. There, it's all in. So now it's got that pin there. I don't know if you can see that. See how it's riding? Now we got to put our screws back in. And this is why I said don't break the glue off of the pins. Or glue off of the screws and the I'll show you the side here. Now what we're going to do is, this is what's going to give us our aperture settings at f22 and then 2.5. So we have to get this bang on, okay? So, oh crap, and I forgot about the focus, sorry guys. But anyways, I'm back. I'll show you the other piece here, so you'll see it. I'm riding. No, that's not the one. Where am I here? There, you can see how that rides on there? Because my focus was out, sorry about that. So now we're gonna put our screws in here. So I'm gonna put one screw in, and that'll be my tightening screw when I get there. I don't know if you can see that, but and then we're gonna rotate this until these screw holes line up perfectly dead center of where the original screw was. And you can tell where it was by the old glue. So if I put a screw in here, then I can use these other two as my guides. So here we go. Okay, so now what we gotta do is create tension. We're just going to take our nose pickers and we're gonna put this spring back on. Actually, the best way to do it is, it's kind of a tight spring. So you're gonna wanna pull this spring and then use a screwdriver to just kind of press it on, because it's a little bit difficult. So now you can see the aperture is closed, and let's see if everything works. That closes and opens it, and of course this closes and opens it. Let's just, probably the best thing to do is just flick it a bunch of times, get some, if there is any dust, you want to get it going again, and we're going to blow this out. That's how it's supposed to work, right? Beautiful. We're going to put the rear element back in. We're going to be feeding this, sorry, right there. That feeds into here, just kind of sits in there. And then we're going to have this, which opens and closes. That's going to feed into that right there, in between those two prongs. So you're going to close it up to f22, okay? And then just, sorry, I'm sorry. You're going to close it to f22, and then just back it off a little bit. So it's more like f11, f16-ish, okay? And we're going to go to f22 on here. And all we have to worry about is dropping this into that cradle there. Now it stops. Now we're going to rotate our aperture until it drops in. Boom. So now we can check it. I'll take the lens cap off. See if it worked. Opens and closes. Perfect. And let's see if the rear lever works. Absolutely perfect. So we're just going to move this a bunch of times again. Just try and get any dust moving if there is any, and we're gonna blow it out. Almost done. Now we're gonna throw the elements back in. Again, hopefully you didn't get any dust on here. My screw actually came out when I was turning this on. Then we're going to use our spanner and just tighten the elements in. And focus it down and put your nameplate back on. Alright, well there we go. Another beautiful lens back working again. So yeah, hopefully this helped you guys. Again, if this helped, like and subscribe. I will be posting more and more videos all the time. I got lots of other lenses. A lot of people are now following me, going, hey, I want to do this as a business. Well, I got tons of videos up, and I'm just going to keep putting them up, and you guys can definitely take the information and go and buy and sell some used damaged lenses. But there we go. Awesome. Also, check out my website, canonfastreviews.com. That's CANNON with 2 N's. Fastreviews.com, and I review a bunch of different gear. I actually have this and this one and the AIS version. I need to post those because the reviews are already finished. I just need to get them up online. Hope this helped you guys. Have fun. See ya.